Good afternoon, students. Today our topic is human health and disease. So, first we will discuss about the definition of human health. In the past decades, students generally considered as the person which are free from any type of infections is considered as healthy persons. But this time, this definition has been changed. This time definition is the human health may be defined as state of complete physical, mental and social well-beings, and also considered the behavior of the human beings which are which are behaving as proper behave with the society, with the persons in which that person is living. So this time the complete definition of health is state of complete physical, mental and social beings, and not only the absence of the disease. Next, had here types of human disease. Generally, our syllabus, the syllabus is human disease. So, in humans, generally there are two types of disease. One is congenital disease, and second is acquired disease. Congenital disease is considered as genetic disorders. We already studied that students. Genetic disorder are of two type. One is chromosomal disorder, and second is Mendelian disorders. Chromosomal disorder you already studied in junior classes. At the time of reproductions, the gamete formation takes place by the male and female cells in their reproductive organs, where cells are diploid cells are present, and at the time of gamete formation, the gamete formation takes place by the meiosis, that is the haploid cell formations. For example, in human beings there are 46 number of chromosomes in the normal cells, and at the time of gamete formation these 46 number of chromosomes split into two half. 23 chromosomes comes in the one male gamete, and 23 goes to in another. In the same cases takes place in the female also. So at the time of separation, you already studied the law of segregations. 50% genetic material comes from male gamete in one male gamete, and 50% come in the second gametes, and this is also takes place in the female gamete also takes place. So the gametes cells or sex cells developed, they bears half number of chromosome, and they are considered as the haploid haploid cells. And when the separation does not takes place properly, and one gamete bears the 46 number of 24 number of chromosomes, and second bears 22 number of chromosomes. In such conditions, the separation is not an equal base equality conditions. So at the time of fusion, the haploid gamete fuse together, and the zygote carries 46 number of chromosomes. But in disorder conditions, chromosomal disorders, the zygote bears either 47 number of chromosomes, or it bears 45 number of chromosomes. So in new developing fetus, the number of chromosomes is imbalanced, either they are deficiating or they have extra number of chromosomes. So such type of disorder generate in the newborn baby, and such type of disease is known as chromosomal disorders. And in Mendelian disorders, students, you already know that the gamete cell bear 46 number of chromosomes, and each chromosome bear different number of genes present on each chromosomes, and genes are made up of the segment of DNA. And DNA is made up of pentose, sugar, nitrogenous base and phosphate groups. ठीक है. So in the nitrogenous bases there is a sequence of purines and pyrimidines. Purines and pyrimidines bear the different type of nitrogenous bases. Majorly in human beings, 4 type of nitrogenous bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, and their sequence control all the body metabolisms, physiologic process, their morphology and their anatomy. And there are mismatching or interfacing of male and female gametes genes. The sometime there may be not proper, and there is the duplication or either in deletion of the interfacing pairs of the nitrogenous bases. So the codons become imbalanced. There are 64 number of codons. They are considered as 61 plus 3. 61 is considered as a functional codon, and 3 codon are known as stop codons. So due to their deficiency of amino acids, the cell organelles are not properly developed. So the cells are and the cell organelles makes the cells, and the cells become defected, and due to the combination of cells, body forms the tissues, then tissues to organ, and organ to organ system, and complete organization. So due to the improper interfacing of the genes, the complete organisms becomes as the defectives, or this disease are considered genetic, and they are mainly considered or under the category of Mendelian disorders. Second type are acquired disease. The disease which are not come from the birth, but acquired after the birth of the living organisms. They are of 2 types. One is communicable disease and second is non-communicable disease. Generally, communicable disease are considered as infectious disease, and infection are of 2 type, either by the direct contact or by the vectors or by the causing agent. For example, Aedes, Anopheles, these are the different causing vectors which passes the infectious particles. They are considered as pathogens. For example, bacteria, virus, fungi, from one person to another person with the help of their vectors or by their carriers. Second idea, non-communicable disease. These disease are not caused by any of the pathogens, so they are not transferred. They are not considered as non-infectious disease. For example, deficiency disease. You studied in junior classes the disease which are caused by the deficiency of carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals. Second, dear allergic in some cases body becomes hypersensitive from few of the elements, and body we have as a allergic reactions. For example, some patient having allergies from pollen grains, they bears the sporulin as a proteins, and some from dust particle, and some from other different agents. Next had your cancers. These are due to the deficiency or loss of the memory of the cell due to external factors, for example biochemicals, chemicals, radiations, and a cell lose their memory for controlling and differentiating. Next year, your addictions. Some disease are created in the young ones, or generally at the adulthood, due to smoking, due to taking of alcohols. These are the addicted disease generated in the human beings. Second, dears, your next topic is immunity. Immunity means the body defense mechanism which controls or prevent or defend the body from external agent which causing the infections in the body is known as immune system of the body. And so the definition is, immunity is the ability of the human body to protect against all type of foreign bodies like bacteria, virus, fungi, any toxic substance which enter in the body, and these consider as the foreign particles or antigen by the body. Second here, next term had here susceptibility. In some cases, body lose their immune system, or generally we have studied due to the HIV or AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, body immune system has been corrupted. So such conditions, when the immune system of the body is degraded or corrupted by any type of agent, in such condition of the body is considered as susceptibilities. Next term had here immunology. The generally the science which deals with the study of immune system, which considered as various phenomena of the immune systems, induced sensitivity, allergic reactions, is considered as immunology. Or directly you can say that the study of or the dealing of immune system of the body is considered or known as immunology. Generally, immunity of the body are of two type. One is innate. Innate is also known as natural or non-specific immunity, and second is acquired immunity. First, innate immunity. It is generally inherited by the organism from their parents and protect it from birth throughout the life. The immunity which is passes from parents to their offsprings is known as innate immunities. Innate immunity consists of different types of barriers. For example, physical barriers. Our skin is considered as a physical barrier, and the mucus secreting membranes. Skin generally protect the entry of foreign particle by virus, bacteria, fungi, algae in the body. Our skin consists of sebaceous glands which secrete sebums and some oil or waxy substances which kills the foreign particle which is trying to enter or embedding in our bodies. In the same case, mucous membranes in our nose, alimentary canal, there are some secretions secreted by the squamous epithelium cells or simple epithelium cells which protect or working as a barrier for the pathogens and stop or block the entry of the pathogens in the body. Second, dear physiological barriers, which consider as our life processes, which release or secrete some substances which kills the foreign particles. For example, acids in our stomach. Our stomach bears HCl, and students, we generally see in the open market when we some food particle is kept in open places, after 1 to 3 days it becomes decomposed. But in our stomach we are continuously inhaling the food, and the air is direct contact, so decomposers and other substances is also going in our stomach. But any of the food substance not decomposing in our stomach, because there is HCl which kills all the microorganisms which are inhaled with the help of food, and with the food in our stomach are degraded by the pH or acidic condition of our stomachs. In the same cases, you also see in the ear waxes, generally known as cerumens, and nasal hairs and vaginal secretions. Vagina is also a opening through which bacteria are capable to induce in the body, but they are also some secret some substances which degraded the foreign particles or the microorganisms. Next, dear cellular barriers. Generally, our body consists have a defense system which bears monocytes, phagocytosis, lymphocytes, okay, which consider or identify the foreign particles which are infectious or non-infectious. You have studied in the junior classes, 11th class also. B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte, one cell identify the foreign particle, and second degrading them. Next, dear cytokinin barrier. For example, interferons. Some infected cells release the alpha interferons, which passes the message to which is released by the infectious cell and passes the message to other healthy cells, because they intimate the other cells, the pathogens or infections has been come in the body, and they becomes active, or they can or indirectly message conveys to the antibodies which protect the non or infectious cell or or healthy cells, and the alpha interferon is released by the infectious cells, and they can pass the message to the healthy cell, and they will ready up to fight or protect themselves from the foreign particles. Second head here, acquired immunities. These immunity that an individual acquire after the birth is called, it is specific and mediated by the antibodies or lymphocyte or both, which make the antigen harmless. For example, a different type of immunization has been applied, or you can say that vaccination is done to the human beings, and so they can generate the antibody specific to their particular pathogens. You already know that what is vaccinations. Vaccines generally considered as the foreign particle which becomes inactive, not capable to infectious, but they are capable to generate the antibody specific these particular disease. For example, polio, diabetes, etc. And vaccinations are also of two types. One is immunities also again based on the immunization are of two types, active and passive. The immunity which is generated by the body itself is known as active, and in which body is not capable to generate and taking long time to generate the antibodies. In such conditions, we can pass directly or already prepared antibodies from external sites. For example, in the tetanus, we are not activate the antibody formation process of the body, but we can already passes or inject the prepared antibodies of the tetanus in the body, because when body is preparing for their antibodies in this time, tetanus viruses or tetanus pathogens already cover up the body, so we can directly pass the antibodies or such type of direct inducting the antibody already prepared in the body is known as passive immunizations. Okay students, next topic we will discuss in the next classes. Thank you students.